Biggie Smalls, or is he Biggie Huge? Look at that guy. He's notorious. Oh yeah. Absolute menace to society. When this guy commits a crime, the police arrest themselves because he's Biggie Smalls. Oh yeah. The Caucasian persuasion himself. Oh yeah. Keep going. Oh yeah. He from Brooklyn. He don't stop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Damn. It is. So, got the fan going because it's hot as shit in the UK. But also, we're doing some flies after a great demonstration by the piss stain himself and the absolute elite bodybuilder. And yeah, the Caucasian persuasion is definitely a massive stud. But in all relevance, doing some chest flies after MMA. Didn't feel too good because of my shoulder and everything, so that was just like a bit of a problem. But yet again, it comes and goes, the shoulder thing, and hopefully my doctor at least says something about my shoulder, because then I can at least get to the bottom of it. Because if you don't live in the UK, you wouldn't know how bad the system is, because they just look at it for 1 second and then say, oh no, you got nothing, instead of looking into it properly. But yeah, UK for you. But overall, I got a chest pump in the end, you know, but you can clearly see the chest pump is a bit too much. Seeing the gynecomastia come out of the stringer, what an absolute man. You know what's funny, ever since going to the gym I've had that, you know, it always like comes and goes. So when I'm, you know, leaner, it just typically fucks off, and then over like the past year or so, it's like grown back to its normal size. So guess that's a sign to cut, boys. But not until I'm 20, so still got like what, half a year or more left. So yeah, that'll be fun to do and see what I actually look like underneath all the blubber. But anywho, we're on to shoulders. There's a bit of a long shoulder like thing because, if I'm being honest, shoulders were a bit stubborn when it comes to activation, because I know a lot of people like sometimes just do the movement and then that's it, but I like feeling the movement actually work, because if you've seen a Will Tennyson video, there's like certain things that can reduce that, you know, feeling. But if I'm being honest, I have more of a mind muscle connection, and you know, I just feel better in terms of, you know, when it comes to like fatigue and everything. Yeah, it can be a bit, you know, shit, but when it comes to movements like this and trying to like build my muscle, I do want to feel the like movement itself. So when it just comes to like things like that, I'm more of a picky person, shall we say, and I do like feeling my shoulders actually working instead of them feeling numb, which for the first 3 sets was kind of the case. Hence why you see me do like 2 drop sets, primarily because my shoulders were being stubborn. But that's just like what happens now and again. So I mean, I do shoulders twice a week, so, and they're doing pretty good, you know. Just hopefully when I, you know, recover from this injury of my shoulder, I'm able to do the pressing movements I want to do, because I'm leaving out bench press a lot of the time. I'm leaving out, you know, incline dumbbells, which I really do like, because not only did it like stimulate my upper chest, it also stimulated my shoulders, and I truly do miss it, because I was getting somewhere. I got up to like 48s and it was quite easy, but yeah, injury has to come and slap me on the arse and say I'm his bitch or something, you know. But less of the sexual acts, but yeah, just hopefully we'll get to that stage and things will start to look better because yeah, my physique hasn't like fallen off because it's not like tendonitis or anything, but I'm trying to like build muscle here, build strength, and it's not really going in my favour when it's just like I bench once a week and that's all I can do when it comes to any like, you know, pressing movement, and yeah, it's kind of shit, but hence why I do the flies 3 times a week, because at least it's stimulating my chest on the regular occasions that I would be doing, you know, sort of pressing movements. So like on my push day and on this day, I would typically be doing, you know, incline dumbbell press to just increase my bench, you know, and that would be the sort of routine. But yet again, it's not really great, to be honest, but soon it will be better because yet again I've PR'd and everything this week, so I'm still a bit fatigued, but not when it comes to like bench and everything, just more my like lower body. So legs tomorrow will be definitely interesting because yeah, it sometimes doesn't work for me. But anyway, some tricep extensions to start off the like tricep movement, just to you know, warm up the tricep, because in chest flies you don't activate your triceps much, so just try and like warm them up, you know, get them moving. And I've tend to find this has worked for me. It can work for you, it can work for anyone else, you know. I mean, certain people have unique ways of stimulating their triceps. I just typically prefer get the long head all nice and warm, you know, the big meaty bit, and then once I've got all that warmed up and it feels like, you know, it's getting a bit fatigued, then I go on to a tricep push down, full stack that shit, then just drop the weight until I can't do any more, you know. I do like a rest pause drop set, you know, combination. But I mean, some people like to criticize me saying I don't work out that long. I mean, you don't really need to work out that long because you don't need to rest like 5 minutes between sets. You can, with movements that like this that typically build muscle, you can just like rest probably in a rough range of, you know, like a minute max and then go straight into it. That's how I do it because I prefer the intensity of the exercise and everything, because yet again it's all your choice. I mean, I believe intensity and the stimulation itself should be the priority, not the, you know, whole thing of this by resting I get to do more reps. It doesn't matter about doing more reps or doing more weight. It's about how your muscle feels. It's about how you know, activate those muscle fibers and if they're gonna like, you know, tear or not, because those micro tears are eventually going to turn into new muscle. So I just typically prefer this method. You can try it. I am not fussed, but if you want to try it, please do, because it's been a game changer for me, especially coming from like skinny bitch arms, and my arms have blown up and my triceps blown up from doing this kind of, you know, thing. And I do it all the time because why, you know, fix something if it isn't broken? But it's just like a personal preference. If you're doing like over the head stuff, you know, tricep stuff, you can do this exact same thing, you know, do single arm then do like double or something. But it's all in good opinion. But anyway, on some biceps, I was doing this cable thing because primarily the preach curl was taken and there was no benches, so I just did like this cable curl because someone was on the other cable, and I didn't want to take it just because, you know, and everything. But anywho, It's not a great movement in my opinion. Like, the reason why I do try and do like both arms is because I do have an imbalance in my arms, like I think everybody does. Like, even genetically, my bicep on my left arm is a lot longer than my right, but that's just like genetically, only like slightly. And it's also a lot smaller. My left arm's a lot more smaller than my right because I'm right-handed, and I'm a lot more dominant on my right hand because I come from a fighting background, and yeah, you can get the picture from, you know, I use my right arm way more than I use my left. Like, my left hook is probably the weakest thing on my body, but it's definitely good for jabbing, like short bursts, but certainly not in the hook because I feel like a pussy whenever I do that. Hence why I train it a lot. But overall, yeah, it's just not the best movement in my opinion. But it gets the stimulation in for at least, you know, a bit. And then I get I get a bench, and then I can do preach curl. But yeah, then that was just like my last exercise and everything. Overall review of the, you know, workout is, it wasn't that, you know, great. It's not a great workout in my opinion. Like, I've had better, you know. But that just comes from me being used to a certain set of you know, exercises and not able to do them as well. And due to like the pain and everything, I can't go as hard as I really want to. So yeah, it's just not the greatest idea to get injured, but at least I'm not like some people where they do like half reps on bench, and then once they go down, all the way down, they tend to like blow out their shoulder because they're a bit too eager. But that's other people, and you know, you can give people advice all they want, but if they don't want to, you know, take it, then that's fine, because it's not my problem, you know, when it comes to other people. Like, I see so many people do the worst exercises ever, and yeah, I'll be honest, it looks unique to say the least, and yeah, I'm so glad I'm not like that. At least I do the full movement and not an absolute idiot. But in good spirits, we will get back to benching 3 plates plus, which I don't think had anything to do with my shoulder blowing out, because it just wasn't, you know, the movement itself. Like, I think it was more to do with like MMA and everything, but hopefully I get to run it up, and, you know, after, what is it, like 2 months now of, you know, pure shite, I'm just gonna see where it goes, and hopefully after that time I'll be able to bench more and get back to it, because I feel like a pussy most of the time. But yeah, workout was pretty mid, wasn't that great, but yet again, that happens now and again. But overall, got the stimulation I needed anyway, you know, get that in, and just got the fuck out of there. Like, you don't need to be in the gym for thousands of hours. But anyway, thanks for watching, really do appreciate it, and enjoy the posing.